like today's a fairly big anime news week. Maybe no new anime adaptations, but there was a big one that we need to talk about. Hello friends, happy Monday. So very excited to be here. So excited to talk about some manga and anime. I feel like it's mainly going to be anime because a bunch of different PVs dropped last week. But let's go ahead and jump right in because y'all, I need to talk about that Magical Girl Dandelion chapter that dropped, chapter 25. Excuse me, what was that ending? What was that ending? It was intense. Like, I was in my feels. I'm like, yes, we're doing it. I'm like, our magical girls, our magical boy men, they are kicking butt right now. Good things are on the horizon. And yeah, a great thing happened. And then after that really great thing happened, everything just went downhill. And I'm like, excuse me, I can't even look at the page because of the things on the page. I'm like, it's a little bit creepy. Actually, I'm saying a little bit's a little bit of an understatement, if you know what I'm saying, if you've read it. And it was a lot. That ending, I feel I was too shocked to cry. And I was trying to wrap my head around it. In fact, I went and messaged a friend. I'm like, I don't know how to process this. And this was the same night that I was working on the video that I shared on Friday, celebrating all of our current SHOUJO license wins in the year of 2026 again so far. Be sure to check that out if you want to have a celebrate video and just see everything that we've gotten for new licenses from all these different publishers. But I was having a lot of difficulties with my computer. And so I'm like, oh, I'm just going to read it before bed. I knew it was not going to be a peaceful chapter. Like, I knew this, but like I told her, if I knew how intense it would be, I wouldn't have read it before bed, because I went to bed just sort of in shock, denial, and I'm like, I really don't know what's going to happen next, and there's no new chapter saying, hey, in X amount of weeks, X amount of days, we're getting a new chapter. I need to know. I need to know. So please, Viz, come and update us so that my heart can be okay and I can know exactly what went down, because that was very, very scary. But on the flip side, 7C surprisingly had license announcements this week, but they were a little bit, I'd say a little bit weird, because one of them was a box set, I believe, for Skip and Loafer volumes 1 through 5. A little bit strange just for a mini box set there, but there were a few people I saw who were very interested in it, and then the rest were audiobooks. And one of them was the Fluffy Cafe in Another World audiobook. Now we have the manga, the light novel, and the audiobook. This is, I believe, about a salaryman who gets reincarnated in another world. He deeply, deeply loves cats, and somewhere the in-between before he is gone to this new world, he meets, I think, a cat-like god, and they're like, you know, hey, this was an accident, or at least I'm assuming. I know it wasn't supposed to happen, I'm pretty sure. And they say, hey, what do you want? And he just says, hey, I want to open up a animal cafe. And so they bless him, and he is in fact opening, as it says, the Fluffy Cafe, with a whole bunch of different creatures and companions that come and visit this cafe. I have not personally read it, but I did feature it in some graphics that I made saying about underrated 2026 debut releases. It's on my radar, and I can't put a hold in it at my library just yet because it's in another county and I have to wait like an X amount of time before I can put a hold in based off of our library system. But it's one I really want to try out, and I was very happy to see that it's getting an audiobook. Hopefully that means it's doing really well. Like, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping for the best, but you know, we've talked about before, sometimes we have some sad news to cover. This is like bittersweet, honestly. This person had shared a screenshot from the Hana to Yume magazine, and how I guess the upcoming issue, it is going to be 1526, coming out on July 3rd. It's going to be the last cover, I guess, with Yona of the Dawn featured on it. And as you can see here, here is the screenshot that they took, and I love the illustration that they have. I'm assuming that one in the top right is going to be the cover art. If it's not the cover art for the magazine, that'll at least be, as it says, a visual board illustration card of them. I am tempted to get it. Knowing this is the very last one is very surreal. That's why I said it's a very bittersweet, because it's like, yes, we get more Yona of the Dawn, but it's like, yes, we're getting the last Yona of the Dawn. So if you're interested in getting that, just wanted to share it with you so you go lock in a pre-order. This next one is just sad. It is the ending of a villainous series, and that is the beloved Imperial Bride. I did have this villainous manga on my license wish list, and then I decided to take it off because there were just other things I was was more excited for that I wanted on there, and I'm still wanting this one in English. Physically, I should say. It is available on Comic Key if you would like to check it out. I just believe it's about a young woman who gets reincarnated in her favorite web novel, but she's the villainess, and she ends up having a happy story, I'm assuming, with the prince. You know, the wonderful villainous cliche and plot line here. I was very sad to see the news when Anime News Network had shared about it, because of like, it's a series that I had planned in my mind for whatever reason. It would go on for a long time, because I always want that for the villainous series. I want them to go be long, ongoing series, but maybe if it's 10 volumes, maybe there's a higher chance it will get physically picked up. I mean, this is not the first series that we've gotten in English physically from that was on Comic Key. Girl Crush was one of them. It Takes More Than a Pretty Face to Fall in Love. Those are the two big ones that I know, and also the two that I'm personally collecting. But let's have some a little bit of brighter news here. If you have been interested in reading the Mars, the new anniversary edition that just released, it is stunning, breathtaking, beautiful. I mean, you can see and feel the love that Kodansha put into this manga. Then Manga Alerts is actually doing a giveaway right now on Twitter. To enter, all you have to do is follow, like, and retweet his post. It's open to worldwide, but this does end on June 26th, which is not a long window, so definitely be sure to go on there and enter the giveaway if you're wanting to try the series, or you know, you just wanted to get this edition because you've already read it or own it. Again, it is truly, truly beautiful. I have read the originals, but I do not remember how the translation or lettering was in them, but I did see recently somebody said that it was very much a like one up for the new edition. I mean, that the translation lettering was so good in this new edition, so definitely would suggest checking it out. Now, we probably don't have a lot of news, mainly because Anime Expo is right around the corner. I mean, we have what, less than 2 weeks now, and I have to say a huge shout out to my friend Gira, who had put this on my radar, sent it to me, was like, Laura, did you see this? I'm like, no, I didn't. And then shout out to my friend Anthony, who is coming in clutch for me, hopefully. He said he's gonna try, to pick up 2 of these titles, because y'all, this is crazy. Now, when I made a schedule, it was for myself, and then I shared it publicly. I shared it in one of the Manga News videos. I didn't have MangaPlaza on that list. I only featured panels that confirmed online that they would have license announcements. But why the reason I'm sharing this is because if you go to the link that they have provided online and you scroll down for number 3 right here, it says Manga and Print Sales Corner, and it has a whole long list. Yes, that is a long list of titles that they will have available in paperback at their booth. And I said, oh my goodness, I was so excited, because if you go down a little bit, it says Dinners with My Darling, How the Former Monster King Ate Her Way to Happiness. We talked about this in a previous video of how this got announced for an anime adaptation, and I have wanted to read it for such a long time. Cross Infinite does have the light novel, and then the manga is on MangaPlaza. I'm like, please, I am cheering for my friend that he's able to grab it for me, because I have really wanted to read the manga. I think I checked out the first chapter and I really liked it. It's definitely a very much a foodie manga. It sounds very cute, except for it's different than, say, like Past the Monster Meat, which is set in a fantasy setting. This one is also fantasy, but she is, I believe, reincarnated into this world. So it does have that isekai vibe to it as well. I'm like, man, that was such a big one. The other one I did ask him that I would love to see if he could get for me as well is Kurosaki Wants Me All to Himself. I cannot remember why this went on my TBR. I know I've talked about it with other friends who have mentioned it, like, hey, this is by the same creator of X Story, and I tried looking it up and I'm like, I can't remember, but I'm like, I know I had this on my list for a reason. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that he could get both of these for me. And if you're going to be at AX, I would definitely say, hey, go check out and see what they have. I'm not familiar with anything else that's on here, though I did see what seems to be a villainous story. Maybe the second one, 8 Times the Charm to Get Me on the Road to Romance with a Prince Who's Supposed to Hate Me. Just think of me as a decoration. I said, what a title. So I'm just curious just for the title alone on that one. Yeah, it seems like they have a lot of variety here. And again, if you're going to be at AX, I would just encourage you to go see if you can snag one of these titles. I'm not really sure if they're going to print them. I mean, these are, I know for the Kurosaki, that's 5 volumes. And I'm pretty sure Dinners with My Darling is a little bit longer than that. I know it's ongoing. I'm pretty confident for the manga at least. So I'm like, is there a chance maybe if it does well, they'll continue to print it? I mean, the Ramparts of Ice is on MangaPlaza. Like somebody said, because I mentioned, I'm like, I'm surprised they're not printing that one, but they said, hey, it's fully colored. I said, oh, yeah. You're right. I'm still holding out at AX that somebody is going to announce the Ramparts of Ice. I don't have Netflix, so I can't watch it, but I've loved all the clips I've seen. And I'm like, hey, we have the manga's other work in English. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? And I guess sort of on the theme of AX, I'm not sure if they're going to announce. No, it doesn't look like they're going to announce the winners at AX, but we did see the nominees for the American Manga Awards. They recently came out, and I thought I would just touch on what we have here. Looks like we have 7 different categories. We have Best New Manga, and I will say I'm very surprised to see the credits roll into the sea. I don't think that's a bad thing or anything like that, but I'm like, it's not out to the public. I know this is an industry. You have to be in the industry to vote in this award, so I guess maybe people were able to read it in advance. I'm not really sure, but I am very happy to see Billy Bad. I'm not surprised to see Love Bullet as well. Best Continuing Manga Series. I was surprised to see March Comes In Like a Lion. I know a lot of people were really excited. Our Not So Lonely Planet Travel Guide, Volume 7. Best one-shot manga, sort of similar with, well, Akari and Cocoon just came out, and I've already seen several people say that they have been emotionally wrecked by Cocoon. And then Best New Edition of Classic Manga. I will be very curious to see who wins that category. Best Translation, same as this one. Best Lettering, feel the same. And then what Best Publication Design, I'm gonna be honest, I really hope a cat is a cat in any life. I hope it wins. Square Enix went all out for this. I mean, we even had sprayed edges with the cat on it. It just looked fantastic. I think they had the French flaps. If that one doesn't win, I'm really hoping that the Fruits Basket, the complete box set wins, because I still think it was really cool how it was, and I'm very happy to see more people say, hey, I actually did like it. I'm sorry that I hated on it at first. So I'm hoping those two will sort of go all the way and win. I think they said voting closes on the 28th of July. The winners will be announced at the American Manga Awards ceremony on August 20th. So we still got a little bit, but those are the nominees. Hopefully saw a manga. They're like, yes, I'm so glad it's on there. I'm not really sure how the nominees get on this list or anything like that, but I'm very excited to see what will come from it. Now let's go into some of those anime related news, with the first one I knew had to be. So we did talk about last week how Fall in Love You False Angels, how we got an anime announcement. At least I'm pretty sure it was last week. I know it was here very recently, but we talked about it, we celebrated. You know, the only thing we didn't know at the time when we did talk about it is we didn't know who was going to be the studio, who was going to be animating this, y'all. It's MAPPA. Yes. Yes, it's the legendary MAPPA that's doing Jujutsu Kaisen Chainsaw Man. They are doing Fall in Love You False Angels, and if you look at the PV, it is awesome. It looks so good. It sounded good. I definitely agree with a tweet I saw in passing online of somebody saying, is this about to be the new mainstream shoujo? And I would not be surprised in the least if it was. This was so massive to me. And then even if you look at the key visual, I mean, it is stunning. This is definitely one of my favorite key visuals I've seen. I really, really like how they have it, and I definitely agree with somebody of two of seeing how they animated the 2 different sides of these characters, because if you're not familiar with this series, loosely you could say it's about 2 people in high school, though specifically Otogi, our female lead, who has a different side to her. She comes across as an angel, but her real self is very much different. That also applies to the male lead, and when Otogi sees the real self, or the real side of the male lead, she is very much drawn to him, and as I said before, Cupid's arrow has struck, and that arrow is stuck in her heart, much to her disbelief. So it is a romance following their story. I believe we are getting volume 4, or we did get volume 4? No, I think it's volume 5. I went to the library today, and I think I saw volume 4 at the library, so my brain's a little bit mixed up there, but I know we're getting a new volume. This next one, y'all, I was so thankful to see the PV. I was really genuinely starting to get nervous. This is going to be part of the summer anime lineup, which is less than 2 weeks away, and I'm like, we have not seen an official PV with any animation until now. Like, I'm a little bit nervous, and that is The Ogre's Bride. We finally got an official PV, and it looked really, really good. I gushed a lot about this recently, of how the male lead is the same VA as Leona from Twisted Wonderland, and how I can't get enough of that man's voice. I was like, yes, I will have to tune in just for him. There's another anime I want to tune in just for the voice actor as well, but for The Ogre's Bride, I loved how cute the female lead was. In fact, I felt some emotions when I was watching. I was like, oh, this looks really cute, and then people started treating her bad in the PV, and I said, no, don't treat this young woman like this. She is too cute to be treated so disrespectfully from, I don't know, these other people. Like, absolutely not. absolutely not. And then we also had a new PV, and I thought it looked fantastic. Love the orange. I'm always thriving when we have some orange popping up in different PVs and just all of the things. I love the color orange, especially too right around Hana's birthday, which was this past Sunday. Happy birthday to my best boy, my all-time favorite character. And so my heart just is very happy to see that. So it's coming out this summer. I will be very curious to see what comes from it. We also got a brand new PV of Hi, I'm a Witch and my crush wants me to make a love potion. Yes! Very excited to see this goodness, y'all. And it's coming out this October, and it is just surreal. I thought I had a video review of this, and I realized I do not, but I would definitely say if you're a fan of slow burn, yearning, fantasy romance, I think that would be the right way to say this, I would definitely suggest trying it out. It is a blast to read. The manga volumes, unfortunately, are very slow in releasing, but it is very, very wonderful. I think we have the light novels in English, but I don't think they are caught up to Japan for some reason. A lot of people have been very upset about that, or at least made it known, like, hey, or ask questions, why isn't it caught up? So if you prefer either one, I have heard that pretty sure it's for this one, that the light novel is a little bit different, but I definitely think if you like fantasy romance, yes, stay tuned for that. And oh my goodness, this next PV that we got was for Red River, and after I watched this PV, I understand the hype for this series. I have always been a little bit nervous, and I have been told from several friends, they're like, hey, I really don't think you would like this. So I've been a little bit leery to try it. Grant, I did have it part of my event. Stay tuned to see what 3 manga series I will be reading in the upcoming month. I'm very excited for that video. But yeah, Red River was part of the list, and y'all, she looked amazing in this PV. Like the female lead, I'm like, man, when she was riding on that horse, y'all, I got goosebumps. I was like, girl, we are cheering for you. You look so cool. You look so cool. Oh my gosh, I forgot this is going to be airing this summer as well. I'm very excited. I will be seeing how it unfolds, because if it's just as awesome as that PV, oh man, this is going to be a really, really good anime to see. Now, this next one isn't exactly shoujo, but I do feel it's geared towards a female audience, and that is Goodbye Laura, a anime I keep missing to talk about on this channel, but I'm very excited to be coming this summer as well. I love the song that they had that was playing in the background. I'm not sure if that was the opening song or the closing song, but it looks very good as well. This is another, I was gonna say fantasy romance. No, it's a mermaid fantasy story. I believe that she fell in love with a human. Fast forward X amount of years, and now she is a human trying to find him on land, and I think she does find him based off the PV, because I'm like, that looks like the same guy. I don't really know though if it's gonna be a romance, but it looked really good. I'm like, yay for mermaids. That was really awesome. And then last but not least, for PVs, we had Kaiju Girl Criminalized. This is not a shoujo. It's in a seinen magazine, but it definitely looks and has all the shoujo vibes. And oh my goodness, the PV looked very cute. I really love the screenshot that I have. I was like, she's so cute with her kawaii eyes. I love the little hearts, and everybody sounded very cute in the PV that they gave us. I'm very excited for that one. Not sure if I'll be able to watch it or not, because I feel like there's just so much that's coming. I made some graphics this past weekend of all the shoujosei anime that are going to be streaming. I'm not sure what day I'll be posting them. I'm not sure if I'm doing a video as a filming this video, even though I would like to do one, but there is like, I think at least 13 or 14 different shoujosei anime to choose from, and I'm like, there ain't no way I could keep up with all that. There just ain't no way, but there is a lot, and it's so very, very exciting. Kaiju Girl Criminalized, yeah, is also going to be dropping this summer as well. And then lastly, I had 2 different key visuals to share with you. I had no cover reveals, which is really weird, but the first key visual was the Oblivious Saint Can't Contain Her Power. This is another anime that's going to be streaming this summer. I'm very, very excited for this one. I know that I probably will not be able to keep up with it, and I'm like, Laura, you need to just cave and get the manga. It's on J-Novel, but I'm really hoping that since it's getting an anime, that hopefully J-Novel Club will be like, you know what? We're gonna print it. And I'm like, if you're printing it, I will be here, because I really want this one. I think it just has so many beats that are right up my alley, with sort of like the villainous vibe of the female lead has sort of been outcasted by her family, thrown off to a dangerous man, and this dangerous man has all these horrible rumors surrounding him, actually is gonna fall deeply in love with his wife. I can't say teddy bear, because I don't know if he has a teddy bear heart, but you could definitely tell he's gonna be very smitten with his wife and by his wife, and treat her as the princess, the queen that she deserves to be treated by. So I feel like it's going to be a good one, and I've been very excited to see people mentioning, hey, I am looking forward to that, because same. And then for the very last one that I had was Hana Season 2, the key visual. I love it! I love this purple, and it is just very beautiful, and it is just really amazing to see such a beautiful key visual. I did hear the animation fell off a little bit during this season, but I've only heard one person say that, so hopefully it hasn't, especially for such an iconic series. But I knew that I had to finish this video strong because even though there wasn't a lot of news to cover, I do feel there's a lot of exciting things, especially a lot of things that are coming. Again, just this summer alone, it is really like, whoa, we are being fed so well, SHOUJO fans. But I would love to hear from you, friends. Are you looking forward to the new anime season? Is there anything that's on your radar that like, yes, I will be there? Let me know down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!